Ah, Manor Lords, a game that gives you the ultimate medieval town building and management experience for a planned extremely reasonable price of $30 or 25 euros. You're a lord or lady who's gained a bit of land in the countryside. You've got this opportunity to turn it into a thriving, bustling village, then a growing and prospering town, and all the way up to a mighty medieval city. You get to cultivate the land through farming and mining. You get to trade with a network of other villages, towns, and merchants. From peaceful growth to aggressive territorial expansion, this is the quintessential medieval strategy game I've always dreamed of. And excitingly, the game is still set for release in 2023, so anytime in the next few months. From resource gathering to city building to Total War style small-scale battles, trading, diplomacy, technology development, there is just so much here in this game that combines a variety of elements from other games presented in a way that is so visually impressive. Better yet, one of the most authentic aspects of the game for me is how community engaged the dev team are and how much player input has been going into realizing the full potential of what Manor Lords has to offer. In the recent years of stagnating popular franchises with games like Company of Heroes 3 or Age of Empires 4, Manor Lords looks to be a pure, unadulterated alternative that simply aims to deliver a realistic and well-made gameplay experience without any of the corner cutting, without any of the bad business practices. It's true, there's a lot that's riding on the success of Manor Lords, but there's also a lot that fills me with confidence. First and foremost, Manor Lords is a literal feast for the eyes. From the quaint thatched cottages to the imposing stone walls, from the mud paths to the wheat fields swaying in the wind, the game recreates the medieval aesthetic with unparalleled precision. And this devotion to historical accuracy, to visual realism, lends an unmistakable charm to the visual detail, immersing players in a world that truly feels seamless. Playing the demo back in December last year, I couldn't help but go into third-person view as my lord character and wander around in the forest or mingle with the locals of my village. From the building aesthetics to the dynamic and shifting weather, there is just so much to visually enjoy here. And this is all just as true for gameplay mechanics as well. As an indie game, it'll be interesting to see the state of early access release, which is currently still aimed for Q4 2023 in the next few months, but we know that there will be resource gathering, the town building and people management that we got to experience in the demo last year. We know that plenty in these areas have been improved and expanded on from development news shared by Slavic Magic, the developer, but we also know that diplomacy will play a key feature in how you grow your relationships with other towns or bandits. The church will play a pivotal role in the daily life of your citizens and your economy, and tech development will play a crucial role in unlocking better housing, better economic production, and even warfare. Now, Total War battles are a staple of that series, and I'm not trying to say Manor Lords will ever achieve that same scale and spectacle, but I am amazed and so hopeful from everything we've seen so far and all the efforts the devs are putting into this part of the game as well, that warfare will eventually play just as important a role for your town's well-being and continued growth as everything else. From the fantastic looking combat animations through the historically realistic equipment, and through it all with the authenticity with which it represents this time period, it's all just hugely impressive. One of the defining differences though in Manor Lords compared to other games in the genre isn't just the gameplay design or visual aesthetic. I think it's how different and passionate the game development seems compared to everything else we have in the market right now. We rarely get to see how a AAA game like this is developed behind the scenes, or how the developers ask for feedback and input from the community, but that is all present here and more. You can tell through all the Discord engagement Slavic Magic has with his followers, with the tweets of images and videos of dev progress he shares online, and the multitude of polls to get direction as to how to improve this aspect or how to implement this mechanic. He really wants this game to be loved and to be successful, and that is something to truly celebrate in a time where strategy game giants like Creative Assembly or Paradox Games are going through some real stagnation with their latest releases. What goes up must come down, of course, and huge names like Victoria 3, like Age of Empires 4, like even the latest games in the Total War franchise have all been going through some huge player negativity after the huge success that the franchises went through over the last few years. And to be honest, games like these right now represent the bulk of the strategy gaming genre. Their massive success has essentially led them to take their loyal player bases for granted, and they keep releasing the same regurgitated content sold in different forms at a higher price, and for me at least, it's led to a steep decline of strategy gaming quality over the last decade. And that's a real shame because I love strategy gaming. When I look at a game like Manor Lords for the first time in a while, I think forget about DLCs, forget about a game that doesn't get hotfix support, forget about development deadlines and business execs steering sinking ships. This is a single guy creating what is a passion project and trying over years and years to realize a vision for a genuine and fun AAA medieval strategy game that everyone can enjoy, no strings attached. And that really excites me. Big name companies these days can get away with so much for franchises that have a massive and loyal following, but Manor Lords doesn't have any of that. It's riding solo, funded by people who believe in it, and being developed in a way that is passionate and high quality. Of course, just like any other game, there will be expectations that are not met, there will be bug issues and things that don't work as well as intended, but Manor Lords has a dedicated external quality control company, for example, running through testing issues, a proper team of QA workers sorting out the kinks so you have the best experience possible. Isn't that just an amazing thing? Isn't it even more amazing and shocking that giants like CA or Paradox barely do any of this properly, or only ever do it if their player communities rage when a piece of low value content is too highly priced for a game that's broken? This is what the standard should be, and for me, Manor Lords is setting the bar high. The point I'm trying to get to here is that the game has incredible, breathtaking gameplay, content, and mechanics. It looks amazing. It plays beautifully as well, and I think a lot of what it does offer already sets it apart in the strategy gaming genre. But what gives me even more hope, what is the cherry on top to all of it, is the development passion that is transparent and very high quality, the likes of which you rarely see in the gaming industry anywhere. This is where my faith is right now, with indie devs that simply have the funding and resources they need to realize their vision of their games, not with huge devs that prioritize profit over quality. At the end of the day, of course, we'll see how Manor Lords launches, whether any of this actually pans out the way I hope it will, but everything I've discussed here is to give you an idea of how and why the game's development ethos gives me such confidence versus what we see in the rest of the industry right now. Imagine the quality of the games we could get if companies like CA or Paradox took a page out of Slavic Magic's book and actually engaged with the players and got real proper feedback with decent QA testing and community-driven development. I honestly think Manor Lords could be the BG3 of the strategy gaming industry we all need, and I'm really hoping if that happens, it's a real wake-up call for other companies to start matching it in quality and value. Hopefully, from the official Manor Lords tweets to the Discord server and the images and the videos shared, that development is actually progressing nicely. It looks great, and from the demo, we know it plays great as well. And I think that the community is really justified when it comes to how much hope and confidence is felt for the developer Slavic Magic and the future of this game. And that's it for today, guys. I just wanted to share my thoughts and feelings about why I think Manor Lords has so much riding on it right now, how it's got such a massive loyal following, and why I hope it will set a new industry standard just as BG3 has set for the RPG genre. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you did, give it a like and drop any thoughts or questions in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you think about Manor Lords and everything I've discussed here today. I will of course be making more videos just like this as development news gets released, so if that sounds good to you and you want to follow along, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell button for more Manor Lords updates. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.